Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bronx Baseball and Beer, episode number 70. Scottso Fryer here. Not here. He's got dad duties, man. He's got to take care of the little tyke today. He's not able to make it in. He's with the boy. But listen, I got this. I can do it. And listen, we're going to go on a little journey tonight. Maybe a little bit rough for you Yankee fans. You may not want to hear some things, but it is what it is. We're going to roll on. Bronx Baseball and Beer, episode number 70 starts right now. Let's talk about it.
SeatGeek. Our first date was at a basketball game.
Just what every girl wants, right?
What? What's more romantic than two people sharing their passion?
No, you're right. It was actually pretty romantic.
And we had great seats. Remember?
We even made it to the kiss cam. That's when I knew it was for real.
I won twice that night.
Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
It's about time we got to work. There we go.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Everybody, welcome back to Bronx Baseball and Beer, episode number 70. Scottso Fryer here, solo tonight. He's not here. He's absent, but he wish he could be here. But I'm going to take you through episode number 70. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get right to it. Right now, Yanks in the midst of a double dip with the Minnesota Twinkies. They are in the top of the 10th inning, and they are tied 3-3. Judge with number 55 today. That's awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Twins just had a runner thrown out at home plate. Assuming that it was Cabrera that did it. So that kid's playing some great defense. For now, he saved the game. So I'll keep you updated on that. Still 3-3, Yanks Twins, top of the 10th. Yanks looking to maintain that 5-game lead in the American League East. A little bit about the Yanks so far, not since last episode. I mean, we've won some games, had a little bit of a rough time in Tampa, but hey, Tampa's a pretty good team. It's getting a little dicey, but listen, we got injuries, okay? We got injuries right now. A lot of people are hurt. You know, I've been pissed about the lineups that Boone's been throwing out there every day, and I say Boone because that's kind of tongue-in-cheek because we know that Boone's not throwing the lineup out there every day. We know that it's Cashman behind the scenes throwing the lineup every day, but I'm really been disappointed with the lineups we're throwing out there. Okay, we got Aaron Hicks not playing, thankfully, because we've got Cabrera coming up. We've got Florial in the game. We're bringing up a little bit of young talent. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as we go along. But the Yanks, they're really trying to keep their head above water right now, and they got to keep trying to do it while all these injuries, which can really continue to mount. But guys are starting to get a little healthier. We're going to get Carpenter back. We're going to probably get Britton back. Stanton might play later on today, but again, I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But over the weekend, we lost 2 out of 3 to the Rays, who have really been, putting a lot of pressure on us. Red Sox not helping us out. Red Sox are in Tampa. I think they've lost 2. I think they're playing right now. I'm not sure what the score is in that game. I'm actually going to try to look it up a little bit. But listen, we can't rely on other teams to help us. Yankees really need to go out and they need to hit because pitching, not the problem. Pitching has not been our problem over the last, I would say, 4 to 5 weeks. We had a little bit of time there during that stretch in August where early bit August where the pitching not helping out, plus the hitting. So it really looked bad. But really, the pitching has come around. They've been pitching really well. When you're only giving up 2, 3, sometimes 4 runs a game, the Yankees should be winning those games. Okay, let's not beat around the bush here. The Yankees are not hitting the ball. Okay, other than everybody not named Aaron Judge, not hitting the ball. We should not be losing games 3-0. We should not be losing games 2-1. Especially when those one runs the one run we get is late in the game, like 8th or 9th inning or 10th inning, whatever it is. We shouldn't be losing those games. We have the lineup, even with the injuries, we have a lineup that can score runs. And I don't understand where it's coming from. The bottom of the order, absolutely terrible. Even though IKF has been hitting the ball, and I don't even want to discuss his defense because it's absolutely atrocious. But he was playing third base today, which is his natural position. He won a Gold Glove in Texas playing third base, but he still, the dude kicks the ball around the infield, not good. But we're losing games. I think we scored 4 runs maybe in 3 games in Tampa. That's an abomination. That's not even gross. That's not even disgusting. That's whatever's worse than an abomination. That's exactly what it was. It's I don't get it. I don't understand why this team doesn't hit, but it is what it is. We have to play better. We have to hit the ball. And I know, again, we can't sit here and dwell on, oh, this guy's hurt and this young kid's playing and that young kid's playing. The guys that are out there have to get the job done. You're a Major League Baseball player. You have to go out and hit. When we're going through 8, 9 innings with 2 hits, that's garbage. Okay, right now we're in the 10th inning. We have 6 hits, and we had 2 of them last inning. I just don't get what the problem is. I mean, it's not the same team that was winning all those games back in April, May, June. It's not the same team. I don't care who you are. You can say whatever you want. It's not the same. Okay, with the different injuries that we've had to have a different lineup every day, and I don't agree with the lineup. You've seen on the Instagram and the Facebook how upset I've been with the lineups they're throwing out there. Okay, and again, I'm going to say, don't kid yourself. It's not Aaron Boone. It's absolutely Brian Cashman and his geeks that sit in the these nerds that sit there and the analytics guys. It's those guys. Those guys are the ones setting the lineups. Okay, and Boone is a completely different story, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. As we go to the bottom of the 10th, so Yanks playing good defense again. Let's hit the ball, guys. Let's hit the ball. One big hit right here, the game's over. We got a runner at second, start the game. I do believe that Peraza is going to lead it off. That's Trevino, Peraza, and Cabrera. Okay, Trevino. How about this? You got Florial. I do believe Florial is going to start off at second base. I know Trevino has pop, but Boone, come on, buddy. Let's bunt the guy over. Let Peraza drive him in. Because the infield's going to be in. If they bunt him over, the infield's going to come in. A hot smash towards third. Ball game's over. Yankees win. We prepare for the nightcap. But this is the kind of shit I'm talking about with Aaron Boone. Okay? This is the kind of stuff that drives me absolutely nuts about Aaron Boone. Yeah, I'm not going to beat up the dead horse with the lineup thing because, not him. Which is another thing that's absolutely pathetic. If you're the manager of the New York Yankees and you aren't setting the lineup, that's ridiculous. Okay? That's to me, I mean, what other managers are doing that? As much as I despise Kevin Cash, that dude outmanages Boone on a regular basis. I mean, if you watch it when the Yanks are playing the Rays, it gets outmanaged. Pretty much every team that we play, Boone's getting outmanaged. I mean, he's a great team guy, right? You need someone to stick up for you? That's your guy. You need someone to come out and yell at the umpire and tell him how much of a savage you are in the box? Boone's your guy. Right? But you need a guy to strategy? No guts. He's terrible. We're going to find out right now. Because this happened against Oakland. We lost 2 of 4 in Oakland, which we couldn't hit the ball. Okay? I think it was the Saturday night game. Go to extras, 2-2. And we lead off the inning. Okay, and I forget who it was. I know it was the bottom of the order. I know it was Kiner Falefa. I know it was Higashioka and somebody else. Okay, I don't know who it was. It didn't matter because that person wasn't going to jack one. He wasn't going to hit one out. Okay? None of those guys were going to hit one out. What do? We run around second. A chance to take the lead. We decide we're going to play for the base hit, which we haven't been doing. We haven't been hitting. I don't know why you would think that he would think for 1 second that we were going to get a base hit and take the lead when we haven't done it all game. I think we actually had 1 or 2 hits at that point. So why was he not calling for a bunt? I don't care who you are. If you're a major leaguer, you should know how to bunt. If you're Aaron Judge, if you're Giancarlo Stanton, if you're DJ LeMahieu, you got to know how to bunt, guy. You got to know how to do it. Obviously, you're not going to have Judge bunting, or you're not going to have LeMahieu bunting, but somebody's got to lay down a bunt. We ended up losing the game because we can't play fundamental baseball. And that's the part, the in-game decisions. When I say I hate Boone, I think Boone sucks as a manager, has nothing to do with him writing the lineup card. Everything that I hate about Aaron Boone has to do with his in-game decision-making, whether it's pitching, he's overusing a guy. He always waits till it's too late to take a guy out. Like last inning. I know it's a doubleheader. I get it. Before anybody jumps on me now, I get it's a doubleheader. I know you got to conserve your bullpen. But why is Clay Holmes out there for 2 innings? I don't get it. We lose this game to the friggin' Twins because we want Clay Holmes to save some of the bullpen. How about no? How about you just pitch him for an inning and then you have another guy come in and throw 15 pitches? He could probably come out and throw 10 pitches in the second game. Or, hey, even better, how about you score some friggin' runs and not have to worry about closing out games? Close games. Seems pretty simple, right? You're the New York Yankees. We're not the A's. We're not the Nationals. We're the Yankees. It drives me nuts. And Trevino's swinging away, apparently. So we're not bunting a guy over. Not playing good fundamental baseball. We're trying to hit home runs. And this has been the bugaboo for the New York Yankees since, I don't know. I'm going to go back and say 2004, right? 2004, we got a 3-game lead on the Reds. 3-0 lead in the ALCS. It's over. We beat them 17-9 or 17-5, whatever the score was in game 3 in Fenway. Last man out, shut off the lights. We're going to the World Series again. Going to win another ring. No. The Yankees absolutely disappear. Credit to the Red Sox. I'm not taking anything away from what they did because it was spectacular what they did. Amazing. To the core of my being, I hate it. It blackens my soul to talk about it. But what they did cannot be denied. It was awesome. But let's be honest, too, Red Sox fans. The Yankees pretty much disappeared after that 17-5 or 17-4, whatever it was. After game 3, the Yankees' bats completely disappeared. So this has been going on for years. This is nothing. This is nothing new. And then it's deeper than Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone just sucks at his in-game game management. He sucks at it. It has to do with Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman, for all the good things Brian Cashman has done, Brian Cashman does a lot of dumb shit. Okay, first of all, he's meddling in the lineup. You know who else does that? And his team is always overrated and don't win? Jerry Jones. Sorry, Cowboys fans, I know you don't want to hear that. That's your guy. Jerry Jones does it too. Jerry Jones sticks his face where it doesn't belong. You know what? Keep your ass up in your office, in your skybox with all your hoes and your kids and whoever else, and keep your hands out of the game. Let the manager manage. Okay. And I know what's going to happen here. I'm talking all this shit on these guys, and someone's going to walk it off, and I'm going to look stupid. But hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? So listen, I can sit here and I can tell you every bad decision Brian Cashman's made. I can sit here, I can tell you every great decision Brian Cashman's made because he hasn't been bad at forever. Brian Cashman is a good general manager, but guess what? Brian Cashman thinks he's too good. What have the Yankees done in the last 12 years? I'll tell you what. They ain't done shit except lose in the first round of the playoffs or lose in the ALCS to the Astros. Haven't done anything. All right, so Cabrera's up. Peraza looks like he walked. So Cabrera's up, 2 on, 1 out. I smell a double play. But we'll see. This kid already saved the game once. We'll see if he can end it right here. 2 on, 1 out. Yanks, Twins tied at 3. Bottom of the 10th inning. Train is starting to come off the tracks. Yeah, well, I mean, we're still got a 5-game lead, guys. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe it's 5. We had 5. No thanks to the Red Sox. Yanks are still in a 5-game lead, and we're okay because players are coming back, right? Players are coming back. Let's talk about it. We got Rizzo. Okay, Rizzo, he's out with headaches. He had some back injuries. He got a epidural, and believe me, those are no joke, folks. And I'll guarantee you, guaranteed that headaches are 100%. The headaches he's experienced are a result of that epidural. Because I had 2 last summer, and sure as shit, by the end of the day, I had a splitting headache, and it lasted for 2-3 days. So we put him on the 10-day injured list yesterday. So no Rizzo until middle of the month. Andrew Benintendi had wrist surgery yesterday. Probably out till the end of the month. Giancarlo Stanton, he's day-to-day. Fouled that ball off his foot. And let's not kid each other. That guy's made of glass. Guy's been hurt ever since. You got people talk shit on Judge for being hurt all the time. Judge has been healthy all year. Judge has the most at-bats than more at-bats than anybody else on the team. Don't shit on Judge for that. Shit on Giancarlo Stanton. That guy's always hurt, man. Guy can't put a full season together. Imagine if we had him the whole season. Wouldn't be 5 games up. It'd be 10 games up still. That's how much of an impact the guy has when he's healthy, right? Because he goes in a cycle. He gets hurt, goes on the IL, has to do a rehab, takes him 5-6 games to get his timing down, his swing back, and then boom, he gets hurt again. It's a vicious cycle, and I'm sick of it. Time to move on from that guy. We got Matty Carpenter, Matty Mustache. Had x-rays today, showed some healing. That's good, but he's not ready to resume baseball activities, whatever that means. To me, I don't know why they just can't say throwing a baseball or swinging in a cage. They had to say baseball activities. It's whatever. So Matty Carpenter, Matty Mustache coming back probably mid-month. That's good. Sevy, more help for the rotation. Sevy, rehab start next week. He should be back mid-month. Harrison Bader, okay, the guy we gave up Montgomery for, all you crybabies who are mad that Montgomery's gone because he's playing good for the Cardinals. And I don't want to get into that because we already beat that horse to death last week with that whole thing. Of course, Yanks are out. So Yanks go double play. Go to the 11th inning because we can't play fundamental goddamn baseball. So aggravating. So aggravating. Anywho, Harrison Bader comes back. He's back. He's healthy. Swinging in the cage today. He's doing a rehab start probably this weekend for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So that'll be great. We'll see what kind of impact he has. And Harrison Bader coming back spells doom on you for Aaron Hicks, I'm hoping. We're probably going to send Florial down, but I can't see any situation where Aaron Hicks is going to start because, and that's another thing, giving guys rest when they don't need it. Because what does a rest do? A rest screws your timing up. A rest screws your day up, right? Johnny Bench, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Joey Stat threw it out there, 158 games behind the plate as a catcher. And these guys need a rest because they played 4 games in a row. Fuck out of here. Soft, man, soft. I'm not the, well, back in my day, this guy was this guy's that. This guy was tough because this guy was that. The game's different now, right? I talk to my man B-Mac all the time about how Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth were literally facing carpenters and plumbers on the mound because they worked 10-hour days and then played baseball. Not entirely true, but he has a point. Okay, back then there wasn't left-handed specialists. There wasn't, closers or middle relievers. It was your starter and your closer. That was it. There was no middle relief. Your starter went 7-8 innings. Your closer came in, shut it down, boom, end of the story. But we don't do that anymore, right? Because there's too much money wrapped up in your pitchers. Too much money. You carry 25 guys, 25 pitchers on the roster. Really, it's only 12, but you know what I'm saying. We carry all these guys on the roster. And you're going to have guys that are specialists. Now, with this new rules that they implemented a couple of years ago, where you have to pitch to at least 3 batters, that changes things up a little bit. But the days of Nolan Ryan guys are pitching 250 innings are over. You're never going to see that again. I don't care who you are. Okay, guys like Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole, those guys are at the end of their prime. They're going to go away soon. And you're going to have a point where a good start from your starting pitcher is 5 innings. Look at Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom does it every single time he goes out. Drives me nuts, right? Because everyone, oh my God, Jacob deGrom is so great. But you look great when you're only facing the lineup twice. Major league hitters figure you out after 3 times the lineup. Most of the time. Not taking anything away from Jacob deGrom because he's fantastic. I'm not going to say he's not a good player because he's absolutely a great pitcher. I'm just saying stats are a little slewed when you look at his ERA because he only pitches 4 or 5 innings. And then if he has a sniffles, he goes on the 15-day DL. Anyway, I'm just saying it's not the same way anymore. Guys, they do get days off, scheduled days off. Chris Holdridge, thanks. Scheduled day off is, I don't even know what that is. You play, I know it's a grind. I know it's 162 games, but bro, you're playing baseball. You're standing in the outfield. For 2/3 of the game, you're standing there. And the other third of the game, you're standing somewhere else in the batter's box on a base. You maybe do 30, 45 seconds of running total throughout a baseball game. Why we need a day off? Unless you're the catcher, which I get. Pitchers don't pitch every day. I get that. But if you're a positional player, you don't need time off. Stop it. And Boone is the king of it. Oh, it's a scheduled day off. Why? So we can we're at 100, game 137 today, 136, something like that. We got 136 different lineups because we can't have consistency. Because we got to give guys day off, or we have to have the nerd in the basement at Yankee Stadium saying, well, this guy hits 0.23 points better when the temperature is 68 degrees at Yankee Stadium when he's facing a left-handed pitcher at 3 p.m. Stop. Play baseball. Go out there and play baseball. Manage with your gut. Write your lineup card with your gut. Say, hey, man, I'm riding this guy because this guy's pitching great. That's old school managing. That went out the window when Joe Torre left because as much as I like Joe Girardi, he had that stupid book. And every time you look over at Girardi in the dugout, he wasn't thinking about anything. He was looking at that goddamn orange binder, 3-ring binder, his trapper keeper. Looking at to see what matchups are what because he wanted to move this guy or that guy. Just manage with your gut, man. Joe Torre was the master of that. You got guys like Bobby Cox used to do it. Okay, Tony La Russa used to do it when I had respect for him, and he was actually a good manager. Now he's just a grumpy old man, and he's out. I think this is his last year. He's got to. If they don't fire him, he'll retire. He's got some health issues, and he's a terrible manager. You want to know why? You want to know why the White Sox are not good? It's because Tony La Russa is not a good manager. He doesn't make. You can't manage your team the way you used to, right? You have to make adjustments. Case in point. I'm going to give more love to my man, Buck Showalter, over in the Queens. That dude's an old school manager. But that guy learned how to change his managing style to suit the players in 2022. We know it's not 1995 anymore, and he's not yelling at Don Mattingly. He's not yelling at a young Derek Jeter. We know that. We get this. He knows this. That's why he's a good manager. That's why as soon as I saw that with the Mets lineup that they had and the pitching staff that they had, that Buck Showalter was a perfect guy to come in there and manage them. because a manager absolutely 1,000%. Yes, I know he doesn't field, hit, or pitch. I get it. But the manager absolutely does affect what happens on the field. If you have a bad manager, it's glaring. Look at the Yankees right now. It's not all on Aaron Boone. I get that. I'm not blaming it on him. But when you got guys that, just don't hit ever. And that's not Aaron Boone's fault. But when you leave a guy in way too long, right? Marinaccio, pitching great right now. I love this guy. I guarantee you, if we don't score in the 11th, we don't win this game in the bottom of the 11th, guarantee you Marinaccio's coming out to pitch the 12th inning. And I guarantee you he'll probably give up a run because Boone does not know when to take out a guy. It happens every time. Starting pitchers. You could tell it. You could see it happening with Garrett Cole. You can see it happening. I don't know how many times when Nader and I talk about it on the text messages when we're watching the game or when we're sitting over in the live bar watching the game when Cole's on the mound. You can see it happening. You see guys starting to catch up to his fastball. Or you see guys starting to get around on it a little bit more. Or you see his breaking ball not quite as sharp or his location's off. I mean, why am I seeing this? Is Aaron Boone not seeing this from 75 feet away in the dugout? I'm on TV and I'm watching this happen and I'm screaming at the TV. I don't know. I'm not a major league manager. I'm far from it, man. But I watch a lot of baseball in my time. Aaron Boone is not a dumb person. Okay, he comes from a great baseball family. He's a smart guy, but he's a puppet. He doesn't know how to manage the New York Yankees. Maybe he'd do great in Cincinnati. That's where he came from, I do believe. Right, when the Yankees got him in 2001. Or 2003, sorry. When we traded for him in 2003. I think he came from the Reds, I do believe. Maybe he'd do great there. We've seen Joey Gallo not cut out for New York. Goes somewhere else, does great. Well, I wouldn't say great. It just doesn't suck as much as he did in New York. Guys like Jordan Montgomery, average. Average player, average pitcher. Used to give up a bunch of runs in the first and second inning. And then he'd shut him down the rest of the way. But we already in a hole. 2 innings in, it's 5-0. Montgomery on the mound. Guy was inconsistent as shit. But he goes to St. Louis, and the guy's been lights out. Good for him. You got fans of other teams. You got fans of other teams pointing and laughing at the Yankees because we traded these guys and they're playing well. We don't care. I don't care. Right? If it's not for the Red Sox, if it's not for the Rays, if it's not for the Jays, if it's not the Astros, I don't care. I don't. If it's in the National League, good for them. I don't care. Because guess what? Cardinals aren't going to the World Series. Dodgers might. But Gallo ain't starting. You might see Gallo come off the bench. Maybe he'll pinch hit, or maybe he'll start a game here and there, but I'm not worried about Joey Gallo, okay? So you guys getting your laugh, it doesn't bother us. I'm speaking for the entire Yankees fan base right now. It does not bother us. We're happy to see Joey Gallo go and do good somewhere else. I promise you. My man Dave, Bronx Muchachos. By the way, guys, before I go on, you got to go check out the Bronx Muchachos. They're good friends of ours. They kill it. Great Yankees podcast. We do a lot of stuff with them. They are on point every week. They're doing a great job. So if you aren't following Bronx Muchachos, guys, you're missing out. If you love Bronx baseball and beer, you're going to love those guys. Please check out Bronx Muchachos on Facebook and Twitter, please, and Instagram. But my friend Dave from Bronx Muchachos says he did come from the Reddit for Brandon Clausen. So it's a good name drop, bro. Brandon Clausen, great name drop. All right, Yanks they dispose of the Twins in the top of the 11th. They go into the bottom of the 11th, and it looks like, the Judge is up. Can the Judge go for 56 today? Fulmer's on the mound now for the Twins. Judge is coming up, and let's check it out. But before we're about halfway through the show, guys, I'm going to step away just for a second. We're going to come back. We're going to analyze a little bit more of this game with the Yankees, the managing decisions by Boone. I do want to get into a couple more things, specifically the young kids that we called up. I want to talk a little bit about Ohtani and Judge, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some other races going on in Major League Baseball, because I do realize there are other teams in the league not named the New York Yankees. So hang in there. Give me a minute. We'll be right back with more Bronx Baseball and Beer right after this.
SeatGeek.
Oh, yeah. My life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
$1.99, $200. Here it is. The treasure is down there. Well, start digging. Quicker. Dig quicker. Here, drink a Red Bull. That's better. Can you see it? How much is there? Hello? Have you found the treasure? Hello? Hello?
Red Bull gives you wings.
All right, guys, we're back to Bronx Baseball and Beer. And listen, I think Aaron Boone might be watching the show. Maybe he's in the dugout. And he's got his AirPods in, and he's got his phone in his back pocket, and he's on YouTube, and he's following Bronx Baseball and Beer. And he heard Scottso Fryer say, "Why don't we play fundamental baseball?" Because, of course, Aaron Judge got intentionally walked. Good move by the Twins. Good move by their team. I like what they got going on in Minnesota. But then Gleyber Torres comes up, and what does he do? Poorly, mind you, but he tried to lay down a bunt. It's fundamental baseball. I like it, but let's do more of it. But now, I mean, obviously the bunt's off. There's 2 strikes. We got a first and second, nobody out. Gleyber Torres up to bat. I mean, this guy can end it. The guy's got a flair for the dramatic. Not my favorite player on the team. He's a lot inconsistent. We'll see if he can do it here. Before we go on, guys, I would like to give a big shout out to our friends out in Cali. My favorite thing about California, it's Canadips. And if you have not tried Canadips, guys, it is an excellent, excellent product. They are a chewing tobacco alternative. And there's no tobacco in it whatsoever. It's CBD infused. It's all natural, no chemicals, nothing bad, tons of flavor. My favorite is the Palmy. It's from the Case collection. Our friend Case, the owner of Canadips, he does a great job, and they got all kinds of crazy flavors. Blue Raz just popped. Yeah, Blue Raz came out. There's a horchata. There's mint. There's mango. There's citrus. Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you're a dipper and you want to quit, you're looking to quit, Canadips is what you got going on. I know for a fact that it works because my partner and good friend, Chris Not Yet Notter, was an avid dipper. Every time I saw Notter forever, he had a big boomer in his mouth. And he started doing Canadips, and guess what? Notter doesn't dip anymore, man. He's all about the Canadips. They've been a friend of the show for almost since the beginning, Justin. They've been a friend of the show for a while. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Again, you're our favorite thing about California. And thank you for being part of the show. we're bringing you with you, man. As far as this thing goes, we're bringing candidates with us. So give candidates a shot, guys. Go on, enter the promo code. You get 20% off your order. And I promise you, I guarantee you, this is a Scottso guarantee, you will be satisfied with Bronx baseball and beer. Plus, it's got CBD. It's got natural stuff in it, and it's good for you too. And listen, I don't think it's available in Connecticut now, but if you're outside Connecticut and THC is legal in your state to be shipped to your state, they also have THC infused cannabis. So go get you some of that. All right, so Yankees got bases loaded. Glaber earned a walk. He's having a great game today. I'm not gonna trash him. He's having a great game. He tied the game with a home run. Him and Judge have home runs today. Oh, Nodder chiming in. What's up, Nodder? He's chew-free for 8 months. They got ice cream cake flavor. And they have sleep and energy pouches that just dropped too. So give them a shot. Candidates, it's right there at the bottom of your screen. B plus B20 for 20% off your order. Scottso and Nodder guarantee you will love it. And if you don't love it, give it to us, man. We'll buy it from you because we love it. Palmy is my favorite. And if you couldn't tell, it's an Arnold Palmer flavored pouch. All right, bases loaded. Nobody out. Guzman is up to bat. The guy filling in for Rizzo right now. And he's got a 3-2 count. So big. Are we going to walk it off right here? They're going to like legit walk it off. What's going to happen here? This guy could be a hero in his first big spot with the Yankees. Okay. I know it's the Twins, and I know we've had a Scranton Wilkes-Barre lineup today besides Aaron Judge and Glaber. But every game counts, man. Every game counts all year. But we're crunch time. We got a 5-game lead. We got to win games. You got to win every game. You got to do what you got to do. You got to scratch. You got to claw. You got to hit. You got to have good at bats. Grind out at bats. That's what we were doing at the beginning of the season. I don't see that. I see guys taking pitches when they shouldn't be taking pitches. It happened the other day against Kluber. It's driving me absolutely bananas. You got guys at the plate. Kluber hadn't walked anybody. I think he had 1 3-2 count the entire day. We're taking pitches right down the middle. Guys in scoring position. What are we doing? What are we doing? You waiting for this guy to walk? He's throwing strikes. Hit him. He's throwing it right down the middle. He's daring you to hit it. But we're taking strikes. And we wonder why our 17-game lead is now 5. All right, so Fulmer's fouling off pitches. And I want to talk about some other stuff. We're going to talk about these young guys playing. Oh, in play. You have to forgive me. I'm walking. Grounded into double play. Oh, first to catcher to first. That's typical August Yankees right there. Double play. Anyway, now it's up to LeCastro. God damn it. I can't believe I just said that out loud. It's up to Tim LeCastro now. I mean, if you get a base open, do you walk him? I wouldn't walk LeCastro. I'd dare him to beat you. If he beats it, okay, so what? It's Tim LeCastro. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Marwin Gonzalez is going to hit for him. Okay. Game 1 is going to, Dave says, game 1's going to be the doubleheader, right? We're playing extra baseball today, guys. So let's talk about these young kids. While we're talking about the young kids, let's discuss it. Everybody's excited because Peraza's coming. Peraza's here. Holy cow, we finally did something. Last week we brought up Peraza. He's been our jewel of the minor leagues for us. Okay, again, I've watched Volpe play 3 times this year. I've watched game streaming. I've seen him in person. He's a good ball player, but he's not ready for the major leagues yet. Okay, he's a good AA player. They moved him to Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He's at AAA. So we'll see. Oh, and one other thing here. You could also, if Gary is being Gary, there's a good chance that you can have a pass ball too. If this guy throws one in the dirt, there's a pretty good chance that Gary's not getting it and the winning run will score. All right, so we're talking about these young kids. Everyone's excited because we're bringing up some youth. right? Because it's going to happen anyway. It's September. With injuries, you can't avoid it. You have to bring them up. We bring them up, and they don't play them. It drives me nuts. Why are we bringing these kids up and not playing them? Why? I mean, it isn't like we're the 98 Yankees and we have a 20-game lead. We got a 5-game lead. Back then, it was probably around the same when we brought them up. We won't trade him. Obviously, we're not trading the kid, but we won't play him either. And that drives me absolutely nuts. And this goes to what I say. Bases loaded, nobody out, and we get nothing. I got nothing for this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. My man Rich, my homeboy Rich from Jersey, he's with me, man. What a shit show. Boone is bad. He is bad. He's just bad. I mean, bases loaded, nobody out for the game, and we didn't score a run. We hit 2 ground balls, inning over, boom. And we're going to lose this game. I'm calling it right now. We're losing this game going into the 12th inning. But we're not playing these guys. And this is what I was talking about when I said that Cashman thinks he's better than he is. He doesn't manage the team because he's a general manager. He's not the actual on-field manager. He doesn't do his job with a fire like he used to. I know that George is gone. George has been gone for 13 years now. 2009, we lost George. We got Hal in charge. And Hal is just please sell the team. I beg you to please sell the team. Because you're trash. You're worried about money. You're worried about your investors. The fans don't give a shit about that because we're the ones that pay the bills, guy. We're the ones coming to the game. Right? And I'm telling you right now, if Aaron Judge really wants to stay and you guys mock him by giving him some lunatic lowball contract, I swear to God, I'll never watch another Yankee game again as long as you own the team. I won't say I'm not going to be a fan. I won't go to a game. I won't watch a game because I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't sit by and watch Hal Steinbrenner and Randy Levine and Brian Cashman completely dismantle what I've known my entire life as Yankee baseball. Because what we've been getting for the last 5, 6, 7 years is not Yankee baseball. It's where can we save money? How much money can I put in my pocket, but still put a decent package on the field, right? Because listen, if we don't win now, we don't win this year, they're going to say, oh, well, the team was injured. We have a pretty good product. We think it's a pretty good product. We had some injury problems. We're going to see what happens next year. The time for that's over. We could have had some of the best players in baseball, but we decided to do a stopgap. Oh, and by the way, the kid you brought up, the kid that you toted as our next guy that you brought the stopgap for, you're not even letting him play. You're letting IKF go out there and kick balls around the infield and hit 202 or 220, whatever he's sitting. And we got Peraza sitting on the bench who's absolutely raking in AAA. But he's in the lineup today. I'm giving that to you. I like it. I like the lineup they put out there. Even we did what we had to do today. I'm not angry about this lineup today because it's a doubleheader. It's a doubleheader lineup. It is what it is. But when that just happens, bases loaded and nobody out with a chance to win the game and we completely shit the bed. I mean, is there any other than hitting into a triple play? Is there anything worse that could have happened right there? Nope. But if we let Judge walk because we're cheap, because we won't want to pay him, please don't give him 10 years. I'm not saying that. But if we can't give that guy what his market value is, because let's be honest, that dude's hitting at least 62 home runs. He's got 55 right now. And we still got 26 games left in the season. You're going to tell me unless he gets hurt, you're going to tell me that he's not going to hit 6 more home runs this year? He's going to do it. The dude put a large bet on himself turning down that Yankees contract on opening day and said, no, I'm going to wait until the end of the season because I'm going to crush it this year. And he absolutely has crushed it. He bet on himself, and he is winning, folks. He's absolutely winning. 55 home runs on September 7th. We got 3 weeks left in this season, and my man is going to beat Roger Maris's record. Cleanly, I might add, too. So I'm going to set this up for you. Twins, nobody out. First and second. And guess who's up to bat? The Kraken's up to bat. And you can guess what's probably going to happen here. It's going to chap my ass. Because, listen, he still sucks. But this is the kind of stuff that's been happening to us in 2022. This guy's going to come up. He's going to beat us. Anyway, we're talking about Aaron Judge. So we're going to talk about Aaron Judge here. Okay? There's a lot of discussion going on because it's coming down to the end of the season. And idiot reporters start talking about this in May. Oh, he's the early MVP candidate. Or we talked about Nestor. We talked about Nasty Nestor in May. Oh, he's a possible Cy Young candidate. Way too early because he's going to slow down. He has. He's resting right now. He's on the DL, but he's coming back. Everyone was saying, oh, Judge MVP candidate. Well, now it's September. Now it's crunch time. Now it's time to put the rubber onto the road. And Judge has been doing that all season. But there's another player in the league who is easily the best player in baseball. There is no debate that Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball. There's nobody saying that would argue with that. But you want to talk about what the true meaning of a most valuable player is? He's most valuable. Most valuable to what? Most valuable to your pocketbook, the bottom line, or is it most valuable to your team? Aaron Judge is that guy, folks. Ohtani, best player in baseball, but the league, the award is for the most valuable player. It's not for best player. Because if there was a best player award, Ohtani would win it easy. No debate. Zero debate. But Aaron Judge is having a season of excellence, right? He's hitting 302, 403 on base percentage, 682 slugging. His OPS is over 1,000. 55 home runs, 118 RBIs. And his WAR is a 9. That's ridiculous. He leads the league in home runs. He leads the league in RBIs. Without Aaron Judge, the Yankees are not in first place. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Look at his WAR. He's worth 9 games. Take 9 games away from the Yankees, we're 4 games out. That's if Tampa Bay wins. I'm just saying, hypothetically. But it is still a fact. Yankees are not in first place without Aaron Judge. Where are the Angels at? I don't know. Angels are what? 30 games out of first place in the West? In a terrible division that Houston could sleep through? I mean, I'm going to look at the standings here. Let's see, where are the Angels? Angels are 27 games out of first place, guys. They're 60 and 76. Shohei Ohtani, you know what he does? He puts butts in the seats. He puts money in Moreno's pocket, who is selling the team, by the way. And Gary Sanchez just struck out. So thanks for not making a moron out of me, Gary Sanchez. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is the best player on the absolute best player on the planet. But when you're talking about in terms of who's more valuable to their team, when you're talking about wins and losses and what you're doing this season, what your team is accomplishing, 1,000% it's Aaron Judge. It has to be Aaron Judge. Unanimously Aaron Judge. But there's going to be guys out there that won't vote for him because they think Ohtani is the greatest thing ever. And listen, he's a two-way player. Everyone who knows baseball knows that. Ohtani hits and pitches. He's the best hitter and pitcher on his team, which is ridiculous. He's hitting 270. Okay, he's 32 points behind Judge. His on-base percentage is 360, and his slugging is only 537. Lower OPS. By the way, he doesn't play in the field, too. He's a designated hitter. Let's throw that little nugget in there, too. Okay, his WAR is only 3.5. As a hitter, he's only 3.5. 32 home runs, which is good. 85 RBIs, that's good. It's on par with the better players in the league. Let's go look at his pitching. 11 wins. He's got 11 wins. He's pitched 136 innings. His ERA, 2.5, 2.58 to be exact. Fantastic. It's top 5 pitcher in the American League. 181 K. He's probably gonna get. It'll be close. He's probably gonna get 200 strikeouts. So if you're talking about a guy who's a position player and a pitcher to have 200 strikeouts in the season, that's spectacular. 33% strikeouts. I mean, his WHIP is 1.04, and his combined WAR is still a point lower than Aaron Judge. Oh, by the way, Celestino just singled, and the Twins are winning. What a joke. So combined WAR is still not as high as Judge. We can go around and around. This is why baseball is great, because you can have discussions about it. But I don't see how you cannot vote for Aaron Judge as the MVP. He's having a season for the ages. He's clean, as far as we know. Testing is more prevalent now than it was in 1998. Plus, you don't have idiot Bud Selig turning a blind eye to it while it goes on. I mean, Aaron Judge is about to break one of the most sacred records in baseball. It's the home run record, and he's going to do it clean. As much as I love Barry Bonds, he was juicing. He was absolutely juicing. Aaron Judge, as far as we know, he's clean. So I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Put away your Yankee fandom again, because I had to put my Yankee fandom away when I looked at the stats. And again, I'm not saying who is the better player. I'm just saying, in the true sense of the word, most valuable player. Who is the most valuable for their team in the American League? Is it Aaron Judge, or is it Shohei Ohtani? One guy, his team has a 5-game lead in one of the tougher divisions in baseball. The other guy is in a terrible division, and his team's 27 games out of first place. So, whatever. If Shohei Ohtani was on the Yankees, it would be even better, because we'd have an even bigger discussion. But he also wouldn't be doing what he's doing with the Yankees, in my opinion. But yes, Amber's on the same page with me. She says it. The MVP of the league should be on a team that's winning and going to the playoffs. Okay? Ohtani won it last year. He beat Judge out for Rookie of the Year. Guy's the best player on the planet. I've said it already. But we can't give it to a guy who's going to break Roger Maris's home run record for the Yankees, by the way, who's carried their team, literally carried the team over the last month, to a guy whose team is 27 games out of first place. Makes zero sense to me. I'll die on that hill, man. I will. I know there's a lot of guys out there. I can think of a couple off the top of my head who will spit hot fire at me and tell me I'm wrong, but I don't care. This is my show. Aaron Judge is the MVP, baby. Bring it. Pay the man. Levine his dumbass went on TV, and he's all over Twitter saying, oh, he's one of the Yankees' greatest players. Oh, pump the brakes, guy. He's having one of the greatest seasons for the Yankees. He hasn't won anything here with the Yankees. Okay? He's not one of the greatest Yankees ever to play. That's ridiculous. But he's saying some of the right things, right? Is it damage control right now? I think the Yankees, they even said they want to wait until the season's over and evaluate. They said they're going to give him what they think is fair for what he's done for the team this year. Does that mean he has to win the World Series? Because let me tell you, if they win the World Series, I mean, you got to beat the Twins. They can't even beat the Twins right now. If they win the World Series and he wins the MVP and he breaks the home run record set by arguably one of the greatest players to ever play baseball, and definitely one of the greatest players to ever play for the Yankees, how do you not give this guy $350 million minimum? Give him 7 years. Don't give him 10. Give him 6 with a team 7th or player 7th option. He's 30 years old. You can't give him 10 years because 5 years from now, he's going to plateau. It's going to fall off. It's going to be a hard fall. And then you're stuck paying this guy $27.5 million a year to strike out 260 times and hit 22 home runs. But pay him now, give him 7 years and deal with it. Because right now, he's easily the best player on your team. And he's top 3 player in baseball. You got Ohtani, you got Judge, and probably Mookie Betts. Fight me for saying, if you say I'm wrong. So then you got this other guy, Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols, legend. Guy's been playing for 100 years. He's on his twilight tour. He's got a few weeks left, barring Cardinals not making the playoffs. He's got a few weeks left. And then whatever playoffs the Cardinals get in. 655 home runs. He passed A-Rod, or he's tied with A-Rod right now for 4th all time. Is he going to get 700? That's the big question. Is he going to hit 700 home runs? All right, we got Correa to pop up, so that's good. So 2 outs now. Bases loaded still. Miranda's up. This guy killed us already. This guy slapped us around a little bit. We're going to get this out. I told you Marinaccio was going to come back in for the 12th and choke it up, and he did. He blew up the lead, and that happens. But again, it's Boone not knowing when to take a guy out. So here we are in a doubleheader because we can't play fundamental baseball. We're going to play 12 innings minimum, and we're using up all our pitching. Makes no sense. Anyway, Albert Pujols, congratulations, 655. You're almost there, guy. You're going to hit 700. I hope you hit 700. I'm rooting for you. You deserve it. And if you don't, I'd like to see you stick around one more year and get it, man, especially with your team. Oof, that was almost a bomb. So Miranda flies out to center. We're going to the bottom of the 12th. Yanks trail by a run. Let's see what we can do here. At least get the game tied and send it to the 13th or walk it off and go home happy before I go off the air, which is going to be soon, by the way. But I did want to catch one more thing. Let's talk about the Mets. The Mets fans. You hear that noise? It's got to be deafening. It's got to be deafening. It's the Atlanta Braves. It's the tomahawk chop, baby. The tomahawk chop right here. These guys are coming. They're not only are they coming, they're there. The Braves are in first place for the first time since this season. The Mets are not alone in first place for the first time since April, since the season started, since week 2, I think it was. Week 1, week 2. 10.5 games over the Braves. Guess what? It's tied. Now, the Mets did win their game against the Pirates. They have a doubleheader today in Pittsburgh. They won their game easily. I think it was like 5-1. The Braves won 7-3. So they're tied again. Now the Mets can take sole possession again by half game by beating the Pirates in the back end of the doubleheader this evening. So we'll see what happens there. But the Mets, I'm going to put my Met hater hat off. I'm taking it off and put my baseball hat on and look at it from a Mets fan perspective. The Mets are still playing pretty good baseball. Okay, but you're 5-5 in your last 10. You dropped 2 of 3 to the Nationals this weekend. You're too concerned about the stupid trumpet. And I do want to touch on that before we say goodnight, too. You guys are focusing on the stupid trumpet, the entrance music for your stupid closer, okay? When you should be worrying about winning baseball games, okay? Focus on the right things, guys. 5-5 in your last 10. You choked away the weekend while the Braves were out winning games. You're lucky you're not in second place right now because the Braves actually blew a game they should have won. Now Max Scherzer's hurt. Max Scherzer did the same thing with the Dodgers last year. He had a tired arm, fatigue. He's got fatigue. Now he's on the DL 15 days. with an oblique injury. Now, do you want it now instead of October? Absolutely. But if you're a Mets fan, you got to be concerned. Because that's your horse, man. That's your guy. That's the guy that's going to get on the horse and lead you into battle in October. And if he's not there, you guys are in big trouble. I don't care. DeGrom can't pitch every day. Bassett, you're going to rely on Bassett and Taijuan Walker? I don't think so. Carrasco, trash. You guys need, if you guys are going to win the World Series, and it's within your grasp, Met fans. Your third World Series is in your grasp, kid. Or whatever it is, fourth, whatever it is. Whatever. It's within your grasp. I think it's your third, right? 70, 69, 68, 86, and now maybe this year. It's within your grasp. But you need a healthy Max Scherzer if you want to do it. You will not do it. And I'll keep that energy. I'm here for you. If you're mad and you want to throw it in my face if the Mets win the World Series without Max Scherzer, I'm here. Come get me. But I'm telling you right now, I've seen enough baseball where I know it ain't happening. That's the guy you want, man. The Dodgers could have done it. If he was healthy last year, the Dodgers would have beat the Braves. But now the Braves are absolutely white hot. And the Mets are slipping a little bit, and this is a bad time for it. So you guys got a little bit worried. I want to hear from some Met fans. Yeah, Holdridge, Mets need more horns. Yeah, that's what they need. Need more horns. And let's talk about that real quick before I sign off here. Let's talk about that. I've been reading a lot because social media is wonderful for a lot. It's terrible for a lot of things, but it's also great for a lot of things. It's great for good debates. And one of the debates I saw here recently was, which closer had the greatest entrance music of all time? I'm biased. I'm going with Mariano with Enter Sandman. Because you knew, bro. You knew. Tie game, baby. Let's go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Who was that? Connor Falefa. All right, kid. Trevor Hoffman, right? Trevor Hoffman had AC/DC, I do believe. What did Papelbon have? Give me a Red Sox fan. Tell me what Papelbon had. Because I'm not going to lie, dude. The Mets, that's a badass entrance music. I get fired up and I hate the Mets. But it's hard. If you're a sports fan and you're a human, basically, if you're a human being and if you have adrenaline in your body, you're going to get fired up, man, when you hear that trumpet go. But is it the best? Nah, it's not the best. Shipping Up to Boston was Papelbon. There you go. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good. But there's one better right now. Right now in Major League Baseball, there's a better one than what the Mets got. Let's go out to L.A. Let's go out to L.A. to Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers. I do believe their closer is using Let It Go from the movie Frozen. And it's super long during his entire warm-up. And the guy has pitched, since he went to it, I think he's pitched like 7-8 innings since he went to that. And he hasn't, not only has he not allowed a run, guys, he hasn't allowed anybody to reach base. So I think I'm going with that one, man. Right now, I'm going to go with Let It Go. It's pretty awesome. Who else had a great closer entrance? I'm staying with Mariano. That's my guy. Because you knew, as an opposing player, you already knew if it was going into the 8th inning or the 9th inning, and the Yankees had a lead, the game was over. It's over. Yeah, Amber said Kimbrel. It's Craig Kimbrel. Yes, it's 100% Craig Kimbrel. But you knew the game was over when you heard the first notes, the first couple of bars of Enter Sandman. Game over, baby. Especially in the postseason. .070 ERA, 110 strikeouts. I believe it was. Somebody's probably going to correct me, but if I'm not mistaken, Mariano was 7-1 career postseason. And we all know what that one was. And we're not going to talk about it. So we'll see if the Yankees can close this one out, guys. It's 4-4. We got a runner at first. Estevan Florial's up. And I got my TV going over here because the Yanks are not on Yes Network. But hey, if you don't have Amazon Prime and you're not watching the game, you switch over to Yes Network. One of the best moments of my life, baseball-wise, is being shown on TV. Game 1 of the 1998 World Series against the San Diego Padres, where Tino hit the grand slam, and I was there. I watched the ball fly over my head. The stadium, I was there in 96 when we won in Game 6 against Atlanta. The stadium shook, but I'm telling you right now, I thought the stadium was coming down there. So that's over on Yes right now. Tino's Yankee moment. Grand slam to put the Yankees on top in Game 1 of the 1998 World Series. All right, guys, listen. It's been a long night. It's been a long show. I'm over an hour here. I've done it by myself, but I couldn't have done it without you guys and your awesome participation. So I thank you. I thank my friends here at Forward Content, my man Justin on the 1s and 2s today. You're the best, brother. Thank you for being here, and I thank you guys again for watching, making us the #1 podcast in Southeastern Connecticut for 2022. We are going to continue that march into 2023. We got more and more things coming, as you saw, if you pay attention to the B3 social media. And if you didn't know, B3 Media is not our nice media company that we started. We have some new things coming. We have a football show. Officially Offsides starts next week, 1 week from today. In fact, Justin, 1 week from today, officially Offsides will make its debut. Brian Mack and Kev Mike in the house. We're going to be talking NFL football and all that comes with it. The games of the week, the games before. We'll talk Yankees. We'll talk Patriots. We'll talk Commanders. I think that's the name. That's Kev's team, the Commanders. Whatever, the Redskins. We'll talk Bears for Brian Mack. But it's all going to be what you guys want to see because you guys make us successful. We appreciate you. And thanks again for watching. Thanks to our awesome sponsors, Canadips, Red Bull, Arctic Coolers, Dugout Mugs, Red Bull. You guys are the greatest. We love you. Thank you for being with us today, guys. Please be safe. We're going to see you next week. Nader will be back in studio. We'll be live Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. on our regular slot. So Scottso Fryer saying good night, everybody. We'll see you Monday for episode 71. Take care.
SeatGeek.
Oh, yeah. My life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
$199, $200. Here it is. The treasure is down there. Well, start digging. Quicker. Dig quicker. Here, drink a Red Bull. That's better. Can you see it? How much is there? Hello? Have you found the treasure? Hello? Hello?
Red Bull gives you wings.